Rapping with Dr. Jacalyn connects you with experts from all over the world to help you take charge of your career, your business, and your life. Rap along with us. Visit drjacalyn.com to learn how to become a guest or a sponsor. And now, the doctor is in.
Hello and welcome. I am Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck and welcome to USA Global TV. You are watching Celebrate Great Britain Royally Rich Show. And let's welcome the stars of our show, Ian Pelham Turner and Helena Chard. Hello, welcome. It's good to see you. Hi. Hi.
It's a good day. It's sunny. We're all very hot.
I heard it's steamy hot over there.
It is. We're very lucky. We are lucky because when it's not hot, we're always moaning. So it's all good. It's all good.
Well, you're both looking quite dapper today, I must say.
Well, we try to remain in our sartorial elegance because we're British after all. You see, we're used to the heat and the flies.
I find it unbelievable that Ian's in a suit. A whole suit and tie, everything, and I'm actually considerably dressed and not as much, and I'm boiling.
I just want to know though, is he wearing shorts? Does he have one of kilts?
No.
Show your knee.
I'm fully dressed, head to foot.
By the way, we've got a comment from Janetta Barry. Hello, Janetta. Thank you for watching and thank you for being on LinkedIn. It's nice to have you with us today.
Hi.
So it's been another incredible week in Toy Town.
It has. So we're gonna have a little bit of royal bites, a little bit of news, and a bit of chat. Starting with, we're all so excited. I'm so happy for my friends and artists that are performing tonight at the Royal Albert Hall. Now it's 150th anniversary of the Royal Albert Hall, and there's a fantastic production taking place, The Best of the West End, which is a great singing, dancing affair, and a lot of the artists haven't performed for, as you know, 18 months plus, and everyone is so excited. There are still tickets available, so do go on and book on the website. The performance starts at 7:30, but I'm just so excited. I'm so excited, as everyone is, that things are coming back to normal. So we hope.
That's fantastic.
And I think moving on, it is Prince George's birthday tomorrow. So big happy birthday to him. He's 8 years old. And it's going to be a low-key affair in Norfolk, so we believe, where they are at Anma Hall. And I do believe that it's also another person's birthday tomorrow. And the Duchess of Cambridge may well save a slice of cake to one of our guests. Can you guess whose birthday it is tomorrow? Sam.
Yes, yeah. I was going to guess, yes. Sam.
Yeah, it's his birthday, so happy birthday, Sam, and I'm sure we can sing to him shortly. Obviously Prince George's birthday, it's normally low-key, as I said. The funny thing is, he was told when he was 7 that he was going to be a future king, so not that long ago, so third heir to the throne. Which I just think is quite funny, isn't it? Can you imagine? So when I was watching them at the football as a family, and little George there in his suit and tie, and what must be going through his head as he's in the royal box? I think it's very sweet, very, very sweet. But also, Norfolk is a place which I think I am really, really want to go there. I was there in 2016 and I saw the most amazing thing, which we are going to show shortly, not right at the second, a little clip, but it's a place where our ceremonial horses go to have a holiday. So normally they'd be doing, trooping of the colour and things like that with our royals, but they do take time out a few weeks a year where they have training and they do equestrian exercises with their owners, and normally, the soldiers, and it's like a bonding exercise. And it's on Holcombe Beach in Norfolk. It's absolutely stunning, and another place I would advise everyone to go for a holiday. But if you happen to catch these horses, and it's a huge amount of them, so 150 is a spectacular affair. Norfolk is in East Anglia. If you have an idea of where that is, it's a beautiful place. But I think we have a fantastic clip to show you. It's really
yes, we do. Let's bring this up.
Isn't that
beautiful? They're beautiful animals.
Beautiful animals, and just that, it's just, I love that. Oh gosh, and that beach is wonderful. Just to say again, it's the King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery on Holcombe Beach. So with thanks to Holcombe, I'm filmed with special permission from Holcombe Estate and by a CAA accredited commercial drone pilot and produced by Ingram and Barker. I just thought I'd add that in. But I was just speaking to Ian, and he reminded me that obviously it's Prince George's 8th birthday, but he was told when he was 7 that he's going to be future king. But as you mentioned, the reason for it.
I think, I mean, it's quite ironic at the moment that George has just been told he's going to be king one day, because virtually about the same age Harry and William were told, and William was told especially that he would become king one day. And he was in the nursery at the time, and he stamped his foot and said, "I do not want to become king." And Harry said, "I will become king instead." So how ironic is it at the moment where all these things are sort of happening again, and who knows what's going to happen with the royal family? I think it's one of these times when trying to second guess anything that they're trying to do, it is going to be very, very hard. The royal crystal ball, looking into the future, is dimmed at the moment as we try to work out what on earth is going on with the royal family.
Well, we're definitely a buzz over here in the States. Everybody wants to know what's happening. We do have a couple comments. Hello there. Nice to see you, Desiree. And also, beautiful faces on my screen. Oh, I love the look. We're happy to have you with us today. Thank you so much.
That's so lovely. Oh, should we have a quick chat? Is this the moment that we should be talking about Prince Harry releasing his memoir? I think this is probably an apt moment.
Sure.
So we're all sort of, it was released very last minute. I think just before the announcement was made. the royal household found out. Prince Harry, I mean, just to state, he has promised it will be a wholly truthful book, and it's a book on his life. And it's a definite account of the experiences, adventures, losses, and life lessons that have shaped him. He says it's not written as, him as a royal. It's written as him now, as a man that's moved on. I mean, I don't know what everybody feels about that. Is there any thoughts in the house as to?
I think it's actually an interesting concept. Him as a man, him as a person, right? We're so used to just thinking of him as a royal that I think it would be fascinating to hear him speak from that perspective.
I think, I mean, quite honestly, I look at it in a different way. I think it's highly ridiculous that he is calling himself now a man of the people. He's not a man of the people. He is still a royal prince. And I think that the reality is that there'll be a lot of interest in the book in case more royal secrets come out. And there are plenty of royal secrets within Buckingham Palace. And I think, the reality at the moment is this tit-for-tat that seems to be happening at the moment is not doing the royal family any favours at all. It may be creating great interest in America, and it'd be interesting to hear what Americans feel about Harry and Meghan. I've been a great protagonist, in favour of Harry and Meghan, as with the rest of the royal family. And I think Meghan didn't get the type of reception she should have done over here in Britain, and I think there's been a lot of said about that. But I think the more people at the moment who start, almost opening up the wounds again, that's not going to help the situation at all. And I think with Harry right now, it's almost like he came back after the unveiling of the statue of Diana, and apparently they even had an argument, allegedly, after the statue was unveiled. And so I think it's time now, and I don't know where Charles is and all this at the same time. He seems to have wandered off into the oblivion right now, hugging trees. But, I think it's time now for people to really sort of take what they're saying seriously. But, there comes a time when I understand Harry wants to get his side across, and there's a very large PR campaign, I think, going against the two of them at the moment at the same time. But I think it's just becoming more and more aggressive. And that's really not what Britain is all about today.
Sorry, Dr. Jacalyn, you say.
Okay, I was going to say, I think that they're all really valid points. I think one thing that needs to be said is that they're the royal family, but they are a family. And so by Harry doing what he's doing, he's basically, he's the one who's demonstrating the behavior, right? He's the one who left. We don't know what really happened or didn't happen, but he definitely left, and now he's taking further action. So those actions will probably have ramifications, unfortunately. And I think everybody wants to see a family together, right? And it seems like it's getting to be more and more challenging.
I think so as well. I mean, my personal feel is that, it's like everything. You may feel that you want to share everything that you're feeling at the time, but you don't have to air it in such a way. And there are past things like Princess Diana regretted, her Morton book that was published. And I just personally, for me, I don't think it's a good thing. I really don't think it's a good thing. We also go back to Her Majesty the Queen had a lovely nanny called Marion Crawford, who in fact was disowned because she went ahead and, without going into depth, it was a book that was written called The Little Princesses, and she shared her time growing up with them when they were younger, and it was obviously against royal wishes, because that's not something you do. As a family anyway, I don't think anyone likes secrets or things shared in to the whole world. So I do think, you do wonder, there may be regret. So I hope that things are going to move forward. And also, look, Her Majesty the Queen, at the moment, who's so happy. I mean, I really don't think this is going to make her very happy at all. And it saddens me, but let's hope that things can turn around. And just interestingly as well, Prince Philip and Her Majesty the Queen, we were talking about previously how she seemed so happy and, more happy, I think, we've seen her in ages. But Richard Kay, who was Princess Diana's friend, used to speak with the Queen. Apparently they used to speak a lot about, when one of them left, whoever it would be, departed, that they had to mourn very, very a small period and then really go for it and really enjoy life. And I think that's what we have been seeing with Her Majesty the Queen. So it's a shame, again, to have something brought on which we hope will end up being positive, but it puts a little bit of a dampener on Her Majesty, who's obviously of a certain age. So although we wish everyone well, I do hope that people are thinking long and hard about what the consequences could be.
Any idea whether or not Harry discussed it with the family before setting forward on this?
So allegedly, we've been told by some of our colleagues who in the inner circle, they've said no, actually, that although it was discussed very briefly, the time scale gave no chance for any real discussion. So we're talking about, it was already set in stone. It was a quick talk and then straight in, which is a shame.
And I think that the history behind what Helena was saying about the Crawford situation, the nanny, because they were very, very close, Crawford and the Queen, and Margaret, her sister, as well. And she used to take them on trips on London buses, and so that they could actually have a normality. She got them to run around in the park and get dirty. So she wanted them to have a normal way of life. And after the book was written, they disowned her. And the Queen, when she used to go to Scotland each year, used to drive past Crawford's house and never stopped to talk to her anymore at all. And so all these books at the moment seem to be creating a situation that is not necessary. Our show is Celebrate Great Britain, and we have greatness in Great Britain as well. We have a great royal family as well, and we enjoy hugely promoting Great Britain to America. We're very grateful for this show as well. And sometimes when I see things like this is not celebrating, this is denigrating Great Britain. And we don't need things like this, especially at a time when we're coming out of this situation right now, and we need everybody in the world to actually understand the values of Britain and not have them devalued by stupid books.
They are in the press on a regular basis over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all know what journalism can be like. We know that it's not necessarily as is, but we have our thoughts. But let's hope things move on, and it's going to be a positive situation. I think that we should move on, unless we're going to take a break. Actually,
we are. We're actually going to take a break, and we are going to be entertained with some music. Go ahead, Ian. What were you going to say?
Is this where we get the ice creams as well?
We're sending ice creams around and fans. We're going to fan you. We are actually going to watch one of my favorite clips, music video, The Debutantes. Do you want to give a little bit of background about these two wonderful sisters, Victoria and Lavinia?
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
They are the two magical young ladies, as we know. Victoria has her own show on YouTube, which is Good News. And Lavinia has just graduated from university now as well. And so for me, as I think I've said before, this song brings back so many memories, because the week it was released was the week in 1968 or 69 when I actually received the fact that I'd become a qualified journalist. So it's happy days all round.
And it's a fabulous song as well. It's so feel good. Absolutely love it.
All right, let's take a look and listen to Paradise. We will be right back on Celebrate Great Britain Royally Rich Show.
You're listening to Business Talk Radio, where we take business to the next level.
Hello and welcome back to USA Global TV. You're watching Celebrate Great Britain Royally Rich Show, and we are here with the stars of our show, Ian and Helena, who were just giving us some royal news in our first segment. So what's up next, guys?
Well, I was just going to say, just before we start the next bit, was that how they looked, how the two sisters looked. That's how I looked when I was about 16 years of age. The male version of that, but I had the long hair, the beads, the caftan. I wanted to go to San Francisco. I wanted to have flowers in my hair. But now, as you can see, I'm a sartorial elegance on the outside, but I'm a hippie on the inside still.
I would love to see you going through some beautiful flowers and singing and dancing. Let me know when you're going to do that, Ian.
Oh, we love that. So Victoria Georgeville and Lavinia Georgeville. Fantastic.
They're fabulous. So I think we're going to bring out our first guest now. And our first guest is the most incredible artist and also was really the paternal father of Amy Winehouse, a young man called Sam Shaker.
Woo, woo, woo.
Ta-da! Hi, Sam.
Hi, young man. It's very
Yeah.
Well, I'm coming back to the restaurant soon, Sam. So
Happy birthday for tomorrow, Sam.
absolutely,
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
absolutely,
Definitely
absolutely.
time to celebrate.
Great to see you all.
It's good to see you again, Sam. Obviously, you have lots of Amy Winehouse memories. It's coming up to the anniversary and your anniversary this weekend as well. So tell us really some of the memories that you have at Jazz After Dark in Soho. Tell us what your memories are of Amy.
12 years of Amy, it's like 120 years. Big history. And Amy came when she was about 16, and she went to work with us. And when the band started, she asked me if she can sing with the band. And she started singing I Will Survive, Gloria Gaynor. And she was 100 times better than my band. So I thought right away, Star is Born. And I decided to introduce her to my band and help her and promote her. And we have upstairs the great film director called Mike Lee, and opposite us all recording studios. And they come every night. They are our regular, and they notice that Amy really have potential talent. And before we know it, she's a big star.
Sam, thank you. So, how has Amy affected and changed your life? And also, tell us about the memorabilia in your restaurants.
Amy used to come and make birthday party for her, and invited so many celebrities from the States, from all over the world. And she gave us a beautiful, beautiful marble table, very, very elegant, very expensive, and candle holders, and chairs and all these things. And every time she comes, she leave a bottle of Chanel number 5. And when she comes next time, I tell her, take your bottle, you forgot. Oh, don't worry. And she was amazing. She was really amazing. And so, as the song of year of the final countdown, which that's what we're doing now. I'm doing amazing show for Amy on Friday, and it's going to be every year like the best.
Sam, Amy's still very popular. With your knowledge of her, did she expect to be so famous?
She was down to earth, really. She doesn't want to be famous. All she wants to sing, and all she wants me to paint her and make her beautiful every time. And she always said, Sam, never stop painting me. For her music, she writes music from her heart, from her good experience, bad experience, her love life, from her heart. She was so honest. To be famous, it was not Amy at all. She eat just something like meatballs, chips, chicken wings, and she never used knife and fork. And her mouth will be full of tomato sauce, and she go outside and kiss everybody, kiss the paparazzi, kiss all her fans waiting for her outside the bar. She was amazing, really. Famous, it's not Amy. She was famous in our heart only. But she doesn't want to be rich or famous or anything like that. All she wants is to marry decent guy, to have kids, to be like housewife, and just write music, and that's it really. That was Amy Winehouse.
Sam, I know you're going to have this marvelous event on Friday. So can you describe what is going to happen on Friday night at Jazz After Dark in Soho? And can you also tell us how can people reach out to you to get tickets for this event?
They can call Jazz After Dark in the phone number 07 0207 734 0545, or they can email jazzafterdark@btconnect.com, or they can email me sam.shaker@hotmail.co.uk. And uh, we we always I'm going to do all my best. And now the country is open thanks to Boris Johnson, so we can take full capacity now. We fill the club with her fans. Last week we used to take just half uh, the amount we're supposed to have legally for social distancing, but now it's okay. I'm glad that this week we're going to take as much as customers we legally uh, require.
What can we expect, Sam? What's actually going to happen on the night?
Um, I invited so many girls I saw last 2 3 months, and they really, really very talented. Because all I need now is uh, to discover one more good singer like Amy. It's been now 10 years since Amy gone, and I find about 2 3 girls, and they promise to come to sing uh, Amy's song, and hopefully it's up to the crowd and the people who coming to uh, tell us who's the best or anything. I'm doing my best just with my limited uh, money to discover one more girl before I retire.
Sam, I think I may have asked you before and I can't quite remember, but do you ever have Amy Winehouse lookalikes that come to see you at your restaurant?
I saw about once, twice, but they never look like Amy. They will never ever sing like Amy as well.
Uh,
It's very important to be yourself. Uh, Sing your own voice. Don't copy Amy. Amy is something special. Her own music and voice. It's the best. But I'm sure there must be some more people can sing like Amy. Not better, but almost the same.
What do you say were Amy's qualities? How would you describe Amy to someone these days?
Um, she was amazing. She was very warm character. She loved me so much, me and my son, because we are uh, trained as a karate, and we protect her uh, with our life more than her security. She trusts me and my son Omar more than anybody else. She must tell us, "You take me to my van outside the shop," and we know what to do. And we find hundreds of people they want to jump into the tables, they break the chairs, they smash the window, and with huge cameras just to take photo of Amy. But we just carry on, protect her, and that for me that's very important. It's a trust. She look at me and introduce me to everybody. I'm her second dad, and this for me, it's it's really it's honor.
Thanks, Sam, for that. I think I just wanted to make a comment about really something that Amy really lives through the Amy Winehouse Foundation, which is set up. And I just felt it was a good thing to maybe mention that this foundation has done so much good for people. And it's a drug resilience scheme.
I don't, sorry, I don't know much about Amy Winehouse Foundation. I never spoke to Mitch for nearly 10 years. Her mom is my friend Janice. She comes from time to time. Sadly now she's very, very sick. She cannot walk. I invited her, but that's all I know. Foundation, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Do you think that Amy would value what is being said about her now? And would she value people who, like yourself, are trying to create someone else to support young people? Was she the type of person who wanted to support young people in her life?
She did, and she supported one lady called Dion Bromfield. She came last month with TV to make publicity for herself in Jazz of the Dark, and she tried to sit in the Amy VIP room and all these things behind the artwork I did for Amy. And but I don't know. I'm Amy supporter. I'm not Dion supporter. It's up to the public to see if Dion really can be good like Amy. I never heard any Dion singing or anything. I know she has album, but I never heard it.
I know there was an Amy Winehouse drink as well in After Dark, isn't there? There's this famous cocktail of yours. Tell us a little bit about the cocktail.
It's a Back to Black cocktail. When she came one night, she phoned me about 3 o'clock in the morning, and she said, "Sam, don't close, and I'm coming." And she came suddenly, her face full of scratches. What happened? Amy, she started to cry, scream, blah blah blah. Blake. Uh, Get me a drink. I give her a bottle of vodka. She sat in her VIP room, and she started write. And 10 o'clock in the morning, she started to sleep on top of my shoulder, and the paparazzi waiting for her outside to go out. And I discovered that she wrote, yeah, this is a photo that she wrote Back to Black, which is one of the most beautiful, famous song ever. It's from her heart. The words, I know some rude words in the song, but that's what Amy, she liked to say what she wanted to say. She doesn't care about people or anything. And here she sit with me. She promote my art gallery when I finish 40 portrait for her in front of all the paparazzi. And she love all these things. She love her art. She love Jazz After Dark. She loved me, and she was amazing girl, really.
So what is the cocktail? What's the cocktail? Tell us.
The cocktail, she asked me to design cocktail for her, which is Back to Black, and we buy black vodka from France, and we mix it white vodka, black vodka on top, and lemonade, and you find we have to pour the black vodka very very slowly on top, and you find the glass or the jug which Amy liked to drink. Buy the jug, black in the top and white in the bottom, and it's beautiful. It's our specialty. I have to tell you the secrets, but this is our specialty.
We've got some other pictures, and we also have some comments. Let's see. Okay, Ian Turner, your wardrobe attire is lit today. Very nice. Well done showing up and out, Dr. Jacalyn. I'd love to see your jewelry chest. Your pearls are blooming. Helena, you come with $1 million smile. Love and smiles to you all. Amazing was Amy Winehouse. We also have some portraits here. If you could tell us, Sam, a little bit about this, when you painted this and what was going on at the time that gave you the inspiration.
I painted this about 4 or 5 years. in the beginning of Amy's life, and I tried to get like special gold paint to do all this decoration around her face because I call her the golden girl, Amy, and it was one of the most beautiful portrait I ever did for Amy. You can see her face young and beautiful, and
Stunning.
I love it. Yeah, yeah. And this one now, Amy, in between the butterfly wings, which Amy is very spiritual like me, and she loves these things, this butterfly and all these things. And I did her painting. It took me about 3 months to finish this painting for her, and I put it in in her VIP room until now. Just copy of the painting because people they touch it and they try to grab it, try to steal it, and it's a beautiful painting. I will treasure it all my life.
Absolutely beautiful. We do have a couple of other pictures. If you could share the impetus for you to paint this and when.
This is Diana, Princess Diana. I love Diana all my life, and every year I used to go to Pont de Alma in Paris, where it's like a small bridge. In top, there's big golden flame where Diana had the accident under the motorway under this bridge. And I love Diana so much. And when she died, I made so many portraits of her. And I asked Mr. El Fayed, the owner of Harrods, if he can allow me to exhibit this in the basement with he makes something special room for Diana and do this memorial. And I put about 5, 6 paintings of Diana over there. I love her so much.
And this last one.
This one is the Queen. I painted the Queen, and I was very, very lucky to find this beautiful golden. And I decided to send it to the palace, and I received from the palace email said that sorry, but we have in the stores of the palace we have about 200 paintings like this, so you can keep it. What can I do? It's you know, I love the royal family. I painted Prince William and Kate and Prince and Edward, yeah, and Meghan as well. I love these people. I don't like to talk about policies or politics or anything. I love to paint people. I love to paint them. That's it. Yeah. Politics doesn't work with me whatsoever. And this, I wonder who's that. This is
Who could this be?
it's beautiful painting, beautiful portrait, really, and I love it.
I love it too. I keep it right here on my desk, and the when you look at it up close and personal, the detail, the amount of detail in this it's exceptional. It's
I painted with my heart.
It's truly amazing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's on my desk. I look at it every day. It's right next to a picture of my dad.
Thank you.
So,
do you want to know about what Amy, when she met Nelson Mandela?
I think, Sam, it's been, you know, we're sort of running out of time slightly, but it's been fabulous to have you with us. It's always so great hearing the stories. No doubt you'll be back, I'm sure.
Fantastic.
And let's just hope as well, you know, lots of people can come along to your celebration, which is coming up. Friday night.
Good luck with your event. And for people on the radio to reach out to, your website is www.jazzafterdark.co.uk, or you can email Sam at sam.shaker@hotmail.co.uk. Thank you again for being here, Sam. It's an absolute pleasure to see you.
Have a great one, Sam. Thank you.
Sam.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Let's forego going to a commercial break and bring out our next guest. What do you say?
I say absolutely, absolutely. I am so excited to welcome the fabulous, inspiring Vanessa here. We met years and years ago when I was broadcasting on a different show, and at that time she's 14 now. At the time, obviously a lot younger, but she vivacious, determined, the most amazing young lady, and I'm just so happy to have her with us. She represents everything about girl power as well. She's one of the youngest motivational award-winning speakers in Great Britain, and lots more. Let's bring her on. Inspiring Vanessa. Woo.
Welcome, Inspiring Vanessa.
Hey,
thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. There's so much that we all want to speak to you about, but I'm just going to start asking some questions. In fact, mine's a bit of a long one to begin with, but congratulations, first of all. You received a Diana Award, which is an amazing achievement. I actually mentioned this a few weeks ago on the show, and we all know that only exceptional young people receive these awards. So we would like to know about that. But on top of it, to know also when and, how did you start your journey? Because obviously you're still very young and you've achieved so much, and we are in awe of you. We'll let you talk. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. So yeah, the Diana Award, I still haven't really wrapped my head around that, as there are so many other incredible recipients that come each year, and I'm just so grateful to be a part of that. Yeah, I don't think I've really processed it still, but I'm very grateful that I was chosen and that my work has been recognized at such a big scale. I began my speaking journey when I was 9 years old, so I've been doing it for 5 years, half a decade. Don't remind me because it's absolutely crazy to me. I am 14 years old now. I'm going to be 15 in August. That's when my birthday is. And the way I started was I went to an inspirational event. A speaker was there that I was following on social media at the time. I kind of saw him as this celebrity almost, but in the speaking industry. And he invited me up to speak on stage. And obviously, my confidence level or stage when I was 9 years old definitely isn't where it is now, and it's had a lot of progression. So at the time, I was extremely scared to go on stage, and I was very, very nervous. But luckily, I got the encouragement from my mum to go up on stage, because we would have known what would have happened if I didn't go on stage and grab the opportunity and kind of get out of my comfort zone. So that's kind of how it began. I realised that if I'm a chatterbox and I can talk a lot, I can talk for England, then I might as well use my voice for something good and to help other people. And I've always wanted to help people and find a way for me to make some sort of impact. So even if it's helping one person through online videos, through speeches, whatever it is, presenting gigs, as long as there's at least one person I can impact through what I do, then that's the goal at the end of the day, pretty much.
Vanessa, you look fabulous, first of all. And you're a vlogger. I've got to get my tongue around the word vlogger. Vlogger. So you are a vlogger. I get that bit. What is vlogging all about, first of all? And also, we need tips. I need tips especially. I want to become famous like you now, Vanessa. So how do I become famous? What are the tips you can share with me?
So for vlogging, I mean, I've learned so much over the 5 years, and I guess a lot of it is kind of self-taught. And I think, ironically, the way I learned about how to do YouTube is looking up stuff on YouTube, pretty much. So I kind of had to learn different things and different tips and tricks through just watching tutorials online, which I think is really helpful, because if you've got the resources for it, then be resourceful and be as knowledgeable and try and learn as much as you can. So I think my top tip for vlogging is to just have a clear niche, which is kind of your purpose or your theme of your videos. So if you want to do tutorial videos, if you want to do videos about food, if you want to do reactions, whatever it is, traveling, vlogs just separately. Some people have vlog channels separately just for that, to kind of show what they're doing in their day-to-day lives. Whatever it is, you need to have that focused, so you kind of know what content to create around that kind of basis. And I also think to be very aware of your audience. For me, obviously, a lot of my audience is around my age and younger. So whatever I put out there, I'm going to be thinking, okay, they're going to be consuming this basically like I consume whatever Instagram post I see on a daily basis on my feed. So it needs to be something that's going to either entertain them, put a smile on their face, teach them something. There has to be some kind of impact. I guess that's just for me. There has to be some kind of intention that is good, a good intention behind creating the videos, and not just to, I guess, get famous or just to get views. I feel like if you want to be consistent in being a vlogger or having a YouTube channel, you need to have better and bigger intentions behind that to carry on going. Otherwise, I just say be as resourceful as possible and make sure that you are being aware of how much you are showing online, because what you show and what you push out cannot be pulled back in. So that's going to be there on the internet. So always, I guess, be aware is what I tell people. But I guess those are my top 3 kind of tips. Otherwise, there's so much I could be going over. We'd be here all day, to be honest.
There's some great tips. Thank you. I think we can all learn from that, right? Especially about be careful what you put out there. And I'm so excited that you have your own show, the Inspiring Vanessa Show. Please tell us all about it.
Yes. So the Inspiring Vanessa Show, for those who don't know, is my talk show. And it's available to watch on Amazon Prime. And it was recently on Sky TV, on Yanga TV, which is why it's been also airing on television. And I guess the whole idea behind the show was to create a place where people could, or young people specifically, could tune in and learn the knowledge that I learned when I was 9 years old and years forward. Because when my mum started her kind of personal development journey, I just went to all the events with her basically. And subconsciously I was taking in all this information and kind of learning different things. So not every child has the opportunity to go into those environments and learn so much and be around such empowering and just amazing people, to be honest. That environment and that atmosphere is something you can never really, it's priceless, to be honest. So I feel like the talk show was to create a space where people can tune in and learn the same things that I did and kind of learn how to uphold that positive mindset and be okay with what they want to do in the future. If they don't know what they want to do in the future, that's fine as well, just to kind of give them that encouragement and that support that they may not be having around them as well. So I'm so grateful for all of the kind of recognition it's gotten. All of the guests on the show are brilliant. I love them all to bits. And yeah, that's pretty much the show in a nutshell, to be honest.
Thank you.
That's lovely to hear. Vanessa, who has been your greatest inspiration growing up? No. No, really. You share with us. I think I know what you're going to say. I think I know, but I'm always interested to find out when people achieve so much and are so determined. I always want to know who's that special person that's given that greatest inspiration. Do share it with us.
Probably not the answer you're hoping for, but
I'd
say my biggest inspiration growing up, I'm not going to be all cliche, I would say my mum. Because she was always empowering me and empowering me to strive for more and to work hard every day, and to keep working hard and kind of keep a head on my shoulders and stay grounded. So I've learned a lot of, I guess, my morals from her. So she's always been my biggest role model. But also, I say my biggest inspiration growing up has definitely been Zendaya. Ever since Disney Channel, I guess seeing her on my screen, I saw myself in her. And that, I think a lot of people my age and obviously people of color can agree with me when I say that. And seeing her on our screens and being able to be so multi-talented in so many different genres is really something special. So I think she's definitely a Gen Z role model for sure. But I'd say those two are my biggest idols and the people who I look up to every day.
Now, young lady, you are very, very busy. I get that. You're very popular. How on earth do you fit an education in around all your professional, things that you're doing at the same time? Do you ever sleep?
Yes, I do. I am a human. I do sleep. I do drink. I eat a lot. I eat a lot. I sleep a lot. I am a teenager at the end of the day, so I do those basic things and on a bigger level as well. But in terms of juggling my career and education and school, I think it's just a lot about organization. I mean, my mum is definitely a massive helping step in that. I don't know what I'd be doing without her kind of help and her support, because she knows that I don't have the best time management. So if I had an interview, she'd need to keep reminding me because I'd most likely forget and get carried away with doing something else. So she is there to kind of help me out through different things. But I'd also say just to kind of prioritize things. And I know that's pretty hard when, let's say, it's a homework I need to send in, or it's an exam that I need to revise for, but then I also have a speech I need to prepare for. So which one do you do first? Like, which one is more important? And I'd say they're equally important, but I guess it's just to try and find that balance between getting my schoolwork done, between obviously doing my career and helping people, and also just taking time for myself, which I think is really important. And that kind of, I guess, act of self-care is really important, because not everyone can juggle those things and still kind of be mentally grounded. You need to bring yourself down to reality a bit and kind of take a relaxed day, or, you know, in the evenings, let me do my skincare, make me feel a bit better about myself, just to kind of tone down a bit from, I guess, sometimes it can be overwhelming and stressful. So I think different things like that really do help. But I don't know, to be honest, juggling school and career work for the past 5 years, I really don't know how we've done it, but we've done it, and I think we've done a pretty good job so far. So fingers crossed it keeps going like that.
Inspiring Vanessa, I am literally speechless over here, because I feel like I'm talking to someone who is so much older, because you have so much experience in a short time, and you've accomplished so much, and you're such a great communicator. What advice would you give to other young people wanting to follow in your footsteps?
Very good question. I think, I mean, if you want to be a motivational speaker, and you want to, or just any career that involves public speaking, or just wanting to help people on a stage, on a big platform, basically, I'd say to have a support system is really, really important. I know not everybody has the access to a support system. Not everybody maybe has parental guidance, or even their friends might not be as supportive as they would think they would be. I know that not everybody can obviously grab people and be like, yeah, they're going to be with me till the end, and they're going to be supporting me till the end. But I think eventually, as we learn to accept ourselves, other people will do that as well, and those people will come into your life to help you, because when we can't support ourselves, the people around us should be able to and can. So I think the support system is really important, because as much as maybe you might be talented, or you might want to do everything, not everyone can do everything themselves. You're going to need to have people who are specialized in different things and to help you through different things. And that's just how a team works. So I'd say support system is really important, and just people to encourage you whenever you're feeling a bit low, or once you have a bit of a setback maybe. And I also have to say, always remember the reason why you started. I've always said this since I was basically 9, to be honest. And I mean, mornings, you don't want to get out of bed, you're just tired, you don't want to do anything, you've got somewhere to be, but you don't want to go there. Everybody's had those kind of days before, and you just want to lie in bed and not really do anything. And you always need to think of the reason or the purpose why you started what you did, and your goal always has to be bigger than you, because otherwise it will just keep pushing you forward, basically. So those would be my top 2 tips. Otherwise, if you ever need any specific advice on how to get your name out there, my Instagram is @InspiringVanessa. My DMs are always open. I trying to get back to people as soon as I can. So if you ever need any tips or advice or support, I'm always here. My DMs are always open.
Wow.
I do have a question, just showing my age. What does it mean? I hear this all the time. My DMs are always open. What does that mean?
It's like your messages, for example, on Instagram, when people can just message you. So it's like your inbox, basically. You're free to message me anytime.
Got it. Thank you.
Oh, inspiring Vanessa. It's such wise words. Honestly, we are in awe. What keeps you the drive to keep going and inspiring and helping people? And also, have you had any challenges on the way that you could share with us?
I mean, who hasn't had challenges, really, is the question. I think we all kind of obviously have setbacks and always kind of have moments where we need to, I guess, take back and kind of look at the bigger perspective, really. So yes, I definitely had challenges. I mean, when I first kind of began in my first few years of doing speaking, I was cyberbullied on my YouTube channel, and that was really hard for me. I think around about 10 years old, and then I found out later on that it was somebody who was in my class at school, which was very hard to kind of deal with. As I guess I think I was taking the message wrong when I went to events, and it was like, if you do what you love, everybody will support you, everybody will love you. So that was kind of my view of it for such a while, for like the first kind of year. And then suddenly you have this thing called hate, or you have trolls or whatever it is, and you're like, okay, so what's going on here? Because I am doing what I love and I am doing it for the right reasons. So why are people not supporting me for doing something good in the world? And I guess there's always going to be somebody who's got something to say. So you might as well just do what you want and do it in a good way and do it in a positive way. So that was a really big learning curve for me, to learn about that. Not everyone's going to support you in your journey, and that's okay, because if people don't want to be helped, and there's nothing you can do about that, it's got nothing to do with you, that's not your fault. But as long as you are giving that resource out there to people who do want to be helped, that's what really matters. And I'd say, sorry, I forgot the first question you kind of asked.
Oh, no, it was just to say your drive. You've got so much determination. It's fabulous. What keeps driving you to inspire young people?
I mean, I feel like my drive is to just continue helping others, really. I get my happiness from making other people happy. That's always kind of how I've worked. So after a speech, I knew that when I see people's feedback, or if people feel motivated, then that's going to make me feel motivated to do more motivating, if that makes sense. It's kind of like a cycle, I guess. It may not be the healthiest sometimes. And I saw this quote, somebody commented it on my Instagram post when I was kind of opening up. I think it was around Mental Health Awareness Week. And it was like, you can't pour into other glasses if your mug is empty. Like, you can't keep pouring into others. And that's not the right way to say it, but I'll just explain it so it makes a bit more sense. But it's basically, if you keep pouring all of your positivity and all of your, I guess, hard work into others, then there's nothing left for you to kind of cherish for yourself, I guess. And you can't pour into others if you've got nothing to pour into, if that makes sense. So I think that was a really big lesson for me as well, because I was constantly helping others, and I was like, okay, this is helping me, but not to the certain extent where I can, I guess, live on it or be sustainable on it. So you do have to kind of have that balance between, okay, I'm going to help people, but I also need to be doing this for myself to prove myself wrong and to get to where I want to be, because that's where I want to be in terms of careers or in terms of goal setting. So there's that kind of balance where my drive is obviously about helping others, and that makes me happy and that brings me joy, but it's also to do it for myself or the people around me, to kind of make myself proud, if that makes sense, because that kind of gives you the equal amount of self-care that you can then give to other people.
Can I just say that it took me 50 years to learn the things that you just shared with us. So bravo.
Thank you.
I'm still learning, as you know. I'm past 70. People feel sorry for me these days. They pat me on the head. Vanessa, you've got years of being fabulous in front of you. But basically, I want to drill down a little bit more into you personally. So I got two questions. The question is, what's important in your life? But more importantly, on a day like this, what's your favorite ice cream?
I mean, both questions on two different sides of questioning. The first question, sorry, can you just repeat the first question again?
The ice cream. He does this.
I just happen to like ice cream on a day like this. It's a very important subject that I think America and Britain should be talking about. The first part of the question is, there's obviously a lot of things that are very important in your life. To be able to successfully contribute to humanity, to young people, and to your community as well is extremely important. So I wonder what are the most important aspects of your life in that. But as I say, just to keep it slightly lighter as well, I just wanted to know your favorite ice cream.
I'll do the ice cream one first.
Okay.
My favorite ice cream, I'm afraid to be basic, but I probably have to say vanilla with different sauces. But then I also say Oreo ice cream or any kind of sorbet ice cream is a go-to for me. Like when I'm on holiday and you see an ice cream shop, I want to get like a mango sorbet or something, or a strawberry sorbet, because I feel like they're the best. They're I guess the same kind of capacity as like ice lollies, I guess. And the other question, I think what's important to me is obviously my mum, my friends, my cat as well. My cat is very important to me. She's helped me for a lot. I'd also say the people around me and the qualities they have are really important to me as well. I'm not going to be surrounding myself with someone who is overly negative or who is going to, I guess, drain me in that sense. I want somebody to be uplifting me, and then I uplift them, and it's kind of back and forth like that. So I think things like that, or qualities like that, are really important to me as well. But I could go on about how many things are important to me and things I can't live without.
Inspiring, Vanessa. Thank you for sharing that. And I've heard that you've interviewed some very famous people, and I'd love to hear more about it.
Yes, so I feel like this year has been an amazing start to even bigger and better interviews with some incredible people. Before when we went into lockdown, I began doing Instagram lives and interviewing many individuals on my platform, and I feel like that was a really amazing way to open a massive conversation. And these people all did different things. Either they would do acting, or they would do charity work, or have organizations, clothing brands. Like, the spectrum was wild, and so many people shared their stories and what they did. And I felt like that could really help someone who's watching to kind of relate to even one of the guests and be like, well, actually, I don't want to do this, but this thing that I want to do that I've never heard of, there's actually something that kind of appeals to me. And that's really important. So going to 2021, I had the opportunity of interviewing David Walliams, who, for those who don't know, is kind of, I guess you can say, British royalty. And he's been one of my favorite authors since I was very little. So the opportunity of getting to interview him for Alton Towers, it was for the Gangster Granny ride they are opening up. And that was just a wonderful experience, something I'll never ever forget. I also got to interview some directors and producers on the Disney Raya film, Raya and the Last Dragon. I got to interview them on a panel with the female lead, so very the female lead as well. And I also recently interviewed Scarlett Johansson and Florence Pugh for the Black Widow press, virtual press, unfortunately. If only I could meet them in real life, and if only Corona wasn't what it is today. But I'm very grateful for who I've been able to speak to and what I've been able to learn from them individually.
Wow. Very good. Inspiring, Vanessa, you touched on it a little bit, but you're a great mental wellness ambassador, especially of your age, and they are introducing mental wellness into schools now. I know that recently you released some tips, which I thought was brilliant, which is to do with mental wellness. I mean, can you share any of these? Just give us a little top tip one, please.
Yeah, so I was recently featured in the Sophia Leah magazine, and it was an amazing issue to be a part of. And it was basically five steps to helping your mental health and looking after your mental health. I won't share all of them, otherwise there's no point of you guys going to the website and reading the magazine. But one of the tips that I shared, which I kind of actually realized for myself before I started sharing it with other people, is not kind of verbalizing your emotions, but just expressing them more so. We've always said, speak about how you feel, and yes, that's a good thing. That's one of the best things you can do, instead of bottling it up. But then you think that some people don't have someone to speak to, or they don't know how to speak to them about how they're feeling. They don't know how to say it and how to vocalize that. So I think just expressing how you feel, more importantly, is the best way to just let out however you're feeling. People use music as outlet, people use art. I mean, I use art a lot. Like whenever I'm feeling stressed, then maybe I'll do some painting, I'll do some drawing. Some people, I guess, might create a dance or create a song out of it. There's so many different things that you can do that kind of express your emotions rather than just saying them, which I think is a really big stepping stone, especially in this younger generation, because I think there's kind of been mental health is definitely something which is a lot more aware now, but I think it's still that kind of issue between actually speaking about it and being able to be understood more and not being, I guess, invalidated, and people saying, well, actually my issues are worse than yours, so you can't really feel as bad because I feel worse. I think that kind of constant comparison and invalidation in the younger community maybe is what kind of stops people from wanting to express or say how they're feeling. So for now, if there's nobody that you can speak to, just find different outlets that you find that are good for you and calming for you, that will express however you're feeling, so that whenever you are feeling stressed or feeling low, you have the outlet to turn to make you kind of feel better and turn something sad into something beautiful.
Great advice, thank you.
Absolutely. I think, obviously, looking into the future now, you've got a great future ahead of you. I'm just looking into my crystal ball, you know, and you're becoming a megastar as we speak. Have you got any personal dreams that you haven't fulfilled yet? Or what are you going to be doing yourself over the next few months?
I mean, some things I can't say because they are confidential, but you guys will see it when it does come out. I think personal goals, there's a lot of personal goals that I'd like to achieve, I guess, in school, and I'd say also in acting as well. In school, obviously, I want to do really well in my GCSE, so that's obviously a personal goal that I am still working towards. And in terms of acting, I mean, I'd love to be featured in a feature film. I feel like it would be such a dream come true. I always have this kind of vision of me going to my own premiere in a lovely dress and, you know, getting my photos taken. That's a dream of mine that one day, hopefully, I will be able to fulfill. And if like that will make me feel really complete and really, I guess, proud of myself. I mean, I am proud of myself for what I do, but I think sometimes maybe people are kind of confused as to why I'm not more proud of myself. But I think it's because I know I could be striving for even more past that. So I'm always kind of looking ahead rather than what's happening right at the moment. So I think definitely little things, little moments like that I dream about are something that I would like to pursue in the future.
Thank you so much. Inspiring Vanessa, you have more than lived up to your name. I can speak for all of us that thank you, that I have learned so much from you. I could keep you here for the rest of the day and evening with all the questions that I have. But thank you so much for everything you're doing. And thank you for centering it all around helping other people. That is really tremendous. And for people who'd like to reach out to you, who should reach out to you and how should they contact you?
I mean, if you need any help with your mental health, if you need any advice on anything, if you just need someone to speak to, then I'm always here. Not exactly saying my DMs are open, but my inbox is open. You're free to message me anytime on Instagram, which is @InspiringVanessa. I'm @InspiringVanessa on all social medias. And my website is www.inspiringvanessa.com, where you can find information about my talk show. You can also find my blog on there. So not to kind of confuse you, Ian, but I am a blogger and a vlogger, so I do write and film. And there's other information about what I do on my website there as well. So that's how you can find me and see more of my journey in the future.
Do you know what? I think we should change it from inspiring to absolutely incredible. You know, inspiring is a bit too short, I think, a word. You know, let's go for it, young lady.
Thank you.
You're an amazing person, and you've given us so much value this afternoon for our show as well. So thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Diane Bain. What a beautiful soul. She is wise beyond her years.
Thank you so much.
Oh, so happy
Thank you.
to join us. Can I just say one thing very, very quickly? With the Diana Award, was it like an online event where they gave you the award? And did they say why you were given the award? Was it just for your general achievements over the years, or anything special, particularly special?
I mean, the Diana Award was done virtually, and because there are recipients from all across the globe, they couldn't actually go through everyone's different projects. So the way they've done it is kind of highlight some projects and what they've done. I think it was if you send in the video, basically, kind of saying what you did. Obviously, they can't fit in everyone's video because it would be, I don't know, a very, very long video, a very, very long virtual event. But what they usually do is traditionally is you get to, you're given the award by Prince William and Prince Harry, which is an amazing achievement. It's very unfortunate that we couldn't get to kind of actually meet them this year, but you never know, maybe on another time, on another basis, I'll be able to meet them and be greeted by them. But otherwise, the way they've done the event this year, I think is still incredible, and the way they've highlighted everyone's achievements has been really important and really special.
Oh, lovely. I'm sure you'll meet Prince William and Prince Harry, I'm sure, in due course. Maybe next year. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Inspiring Vanessa. Congratulations, and we'll look forward to having you back again.
Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
We speak soon.
I don't even know what to say.
Wow.
I think I'm seriously going to think about the next time I feel like I'm tired and I don't feel like doing anything. I'm going to say, what would Inspiring Vanessa say about that?
Oh, so good, so good.
I think it's going to be, I mean, it just goes to show as well that young people, a lot of the time, they're put down, in so many ways, and there is so much mental health issues with young people as well. But you've only got to look at a young lady like this, or Trey, who we had last week on the show as well. These are superb young people who are motivated, they're happy, they're positive. And really, that's part of where we want to be on Celebrate Great Britain as well, is to have these young people highlighting them to America at the same time.
Young people have the power to change the world. They are Diana's words as well, and it's so true.
Absolutely. And they all like ice cream.
So you didn't tell us, I think you said before you like vanilla, is that right, Ian? I forget.
Oh, no, my favorite is an American dish.
Ah.
The first time I went to Los Angeles and then to Hawaii, I discovered hot chocolate fudge sundae. And for 2 weeks on my holiday, I lived on a particular Diet Coke and hot chocolate fudge sundae. And that's what I had for 2 weeks. And ever since, you can't get the same ingredients in the UK as you can in America. But America has many values, but one of them is hot chocolate fudge sundae.
I want to know, how much weight did you gain eating that for 2 weeks?
Well, they wouldn't let me back on the plane, actually.
He's addicted to chocolate. He's a real chocolate fiend.
Oh, I have to be so careful because I'm a reformed chocoholic. I've survived chocolate. And I still occasionally dabble in it. It's like it's my form of pleasure. And of course, as soon as my birthdays come round, and I deny myself chocolate all year, and what happens? Everybody gives me chocolate.
It's not fair, right?
It's not fair. But carry on. I don't want to stop it.
Is there any left?
The unfortunate part for me is, when You know the size of a Hershey bar? Well, we have Hershey bars in Britain as well, actually, strange enough. It's become quite well, ever since I started having them anyway. Well, I could eat a Hershey bar from when I buy it in the store and before I got home. I could actually finish a Hershey bar in one visit.
The big one, or just the regular size?
You know what Hershey bar is.
The regular size. The big one I might take a little bit longer, but the regular size.
Secrets from Ian Pelham Turner.
You know what's going to happen now? This is going to go viral. You know, I'm going to get inundated. You know, with Ben and Jerry or someone now. Oh, please God, let it happen.
Oh, we have a comment. Ian, you will have to go to Big Daddy's Ice Cream in Well, Maine. It's just a hop over to the ponds. How about that?
Well, you see, this is why I like this show, because personal recommendations mean so much to me in life. You know.
And Helena, what about you?
I like vanilla, the same as inspiring Vanessa. Sorbets, I absolutely love, all vanilla. Simple vanilla, but sorbets are lovely. Simple.
Wonderful. Well, I think you should both treat yourself to that today.
Well, we have a place very close to another studio that we work in London, and this does 50 styles of ice cream and 50 different toppings that you can actually have as well. And you can have as many toppings on an ice cream as they can physically fit onto an ice cream, you know. And we've had the Ben Salmi family on, you know, all of them. And Trey the other day, and as a treat, after they came on one of my other shows, I took them to this ice cream parlor, and they've never stopped talking about it since, because they tried to get all 50 toppings on an ice cream.
Did the ice cream melt before they were able to do that?
Well, no, it was absolutely, it was an artistic venture all of its own. You've never seen so many toppings on an ice cream in your life. But
people do love their ice cream. My mom and I went for a walk last night, and there were we're on an island, so it's not big. And on the main street, maybe between 4 blocks, there were 3 ice cream, actually 4. And they were all packed, like people lining up to get ice cream. It's amazing how much people love ice cream.
So this is a new business. This is a new business venture, isn't it?
Right. Yes.
We should be thinking about creating Celebrate ice cream. You know, this could be a whole. I mean, we could go out actually across London, and we could actually start finding out what's the favourite ice creams. Someone has to do this. Someone has to. You
could both go on the streets in London with a microphone and just go up to people, start interviewing them.
Do you know what? I just want to know why we always end up talking about ice cream. Or if it's not ice cream, it's chocolate or food in general. It comes down to
it's a very important subject.
I don't eat ice cream anymore because I had to give up dairy. But I'll tell you what my favorite thing was, and I used to get it all the time. It was a black and white twist. It was the not yogurt. What is it called? It's like it's a creamy kind of ice cream that comes out of the machine, and then they would put rainbow jimmies on it. Do you know sprinkles?
Right.
That was my favorite. I would get that all the time.
You sound a girl after my own heart, Dr. Jack.
But sadly, I can't have it anymore. So I just live vicariously through other people.
Are you allowed any of the substitutes, you know, like yogurt or anything like that? Are you allowed any of that at all?
At this age, Ian, I have to watch everything that goes into this body. So no, there are no substitutes.
Listen, when you're a young thing, I'm 70. I can still.
Yes. Well, we all have our little things. My treat is, and now we're having a food show, but my treat is a cauliflower pizza. So there's no gluten in it. And then there is balsamic vinegar. Okay. And there's some cheese. I can have cheese. So there's mozzarella cheese. And then I have them put pine nuts and little orange segments. And that's what I love to eat.
So are
and that's so healthy as well.
Absolutely.
I love it.
I think it's believe it or not, and I know she's going to guffaw at this now, but I actually try to eat quite healthily normally, and it's only things like ice cream on my downfall.
Helena, do you have any comments on that?
Well, I'm going to say that he loves anything sweet. So chocolate, ice cream, biscuits.
You
name it. You name it. You know.
So before we close out, I have a question. So over here in the media, there have been a lot of pictures that people are in London celebrating. Everybody's getting together and getting out. How's the mood over there now?
Well, believe it or not, we've got 500 people in the room. They kept very quiet during the show. How they kept so quiet, I don't know. But everywhere there seems to be crowds of people crowding into the smallest rooms you can possibly find, jumping up and down, dancing, drinking, whatever is going on in their lives at the moment. And you're quite right. You know, London is awash with joy, happiness, and crowds.
But we're hoping that everyone's still going to be mindful.
Absolutely.
That's what we're hoping, because as we know, everyone's talking about it in, I don't know, a month or 2 months. We don't want to be back in the same old.
And there's a sadness at the moment. There's a sadness because your president is saying to Americans, don't go to Britain at the moment. So we are watching this with sadness, with tears in our eyes. We want the Americans to come back again. We love America.
Well, we love you guys. And I told you I'm coming back in the spring of next year. So I'm excited about that.
It's going to be fun.
It is. It's going to be great. So we're happy to have this collaboration, and it's really wonderful working with both of you. And thank you for bringing the amazing guests that you bring each week. I just shake my head and say, I can't believe it. I just can't believe it.
Oh, we all need to see these wonderful guests. It's great. It's great. It's been a lovely show. Thank you. It's been a really good show.
Absolutely.
Good positive show as always.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes, I love working with you guys as well. So thank you again for being here. And I'll just let everybody know we've got a show coming up very shortly, The Underdog Show. So I hope you'll stay with us for that. This is a show where we talk to people who have been through a major adversity, and then they share how they came out of it. So it's a feel-good show also, where people can bring hope and inspiration. And of course, that's what the three of us try to do, right? Help other people, inspire people, bring hope.
Absolutely. So have a great day.
Thank you. You have a good evening.
We're off to the ice cream parlor.
No, we're not. Enough.
All right. Well, whatever you do, enjoy. And I look forward to catching up with you again. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Good.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.